Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Card of the Day, where each episode we take a look at a different Yu-Gi-Oh card that I've highlighted and singled out, talk about its attributes, its history, and stuff like that. And so, for this uh, latest installment, I've taken probably my favorite Earthbound Immortal monster, and that is Earthbound Immortal Aslla Piscu, a level 10 dark winged beast effect monster, and its effect reads as follows. As is the case with the other Earthbound Immortal monsters, there can only be one Earthbound Immortal monster on the field if there is no face-up field spell on the card on the field. Destroy this card, which is a sort of a drawback for the archetype in general. Your opponent's monsters cannot target this card for attacks. This card can attack your opponent directly, again in step with the rest of the monsters in the archetype. If this face-up card leaves the field except by its own effect, destroy as many face-up monsters your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, inflict 800 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. Now, this printing is from Legendary Duelist Season 3, which came out, in 2022 now? And as such, that's one of those blaster box sets where you could pull ultra-rare variants with colored titles on the card, and so this one here is like sort of a blue purplish one. I think there's a red one as well, and I think I might have it somewhere. There's also, I think, a regular ultra rare variant, just a standard ultra rare that I have in my binder. But yeah, Earthbound Immortal Aslla Piscu was first printed in Raging Battle in 2009, and in brushing up on the history of the card and the archetype in general, it's my sort of basic summary understanding that Aslla Piscu was really the only Earthbound Immortal that saw any life in the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG scene, or at least it had the best history of the bunch because of its burn effect. It's been used in decks such as Blackguard or Fluandereeze because of its burn effect, being able to be sent to the graveyard and then nuke your opponent's board and deal copious amounts of damage. Again, 800 damage for each monster destroyed due to its effect. That is deliciously and copiously destructive to your opponent if utilized correctly. And again, the archetype has received support over the years, mainly in this blaster box set that was Legendary Duelist Season 3. That's where I ended up pulling all of my Earthbound Immortal monsters and cards that I have in my collection. Of course, the Earthbound Immortals were central to the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's anime around Season 2 during the Signers arc. And in the Dark Signers arc specifically, Aslla Piscu was used by Carly Carmine in her duel against Jack Atlas when she became a Dark Signer. And I've always liked the artwork. I think this is my favorite Earthbound Immortal. The whale, Kokoraya, which I think was used by Misty, is also pretty cool. And then there's also Wiracocha Raska used by Goodwin. There's Uru used by his brother Roman Goodwin. And then there is Kokopakapu, used by Cal and Yusei's former friend. And I think there's one more that I'm missing. The one used by Geiger, I think. I'm forgetting what it's called, though. But yeah, there's like 6 or 7 different Earthbound Immortals. In any case, Aslla Piscu is my favorite of the bunch. And I think it's sort of an underrated archetype. Again, not really viable or playable in the meta, at least not initially. Again, some of the cards, this one especially, have been incorporated into other decks and archetypes to make them playable. I believe Kokopakapu has been used in Labyrinth type decks. But in any case, yeah, this is a pretty cool card. If I do see, again, the artwork is fucking cool. Yeah, but that's pretty much all there is to say about Earthbound Immortal Aslla Piscu. Let me know what your favorite Earthbound Immortal is in the comments, what your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card in general is in the comments. That'll do it for today. Please give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell, and all that good stuff. We'll see you next time, duelists. It's your move.